Hello gamers and welcome back to Minecraft, my first ever SMP experience running here on neodude.net. So, last time we got pretty busy. We did our prismarine farm, we built all of this, and yeah, our amazing staircase and elevator, which we finished off as well. And now we have prismarine in our lives. We can start getting busy and building with it as we wish. Happy Halloween as well. We also got a little surprise at the end of the episode and built ourselves a pretty hideous looking giant pumpkin. And yeah, that's not staying. It's just a seasonal little thing to try and keep things interesting. So there's quite a few little things I want to try and do today. We've done a lot of big projects recently. So we're going to try and keep things a little bit on the smaller side, do some fixes to some farms that we already have, and improve a few things around our world. So, let's get into it. One other task that I want to do today is Blanco here. Blanco keeps running off. Come here, boy. Come here. Or girl. I'm going to put you over here for the time being. I keep tying Blanco to something, like this, and Blanco keeps escaping. The lead breaks. I don't know whether people can break leads, people who are on, Visit My Claim. I'm not sure if that's possible, or whether the lead just sort of breaks eventually on its own, either via game glitch or, I don't know, Blanco pulls away enough, I'm not sure. Either way, I've been through like 4 leads and nearly lost Blanco a few times. So I'm going to build Blanco a stable. Okay, Blanco, we're going to work on making you some stables because you are an escape artist. So I was thinking, whenever I go out on Blanco, I always sort of head in that direction. So I think having something around here makes the most sense. Somewhere I can just walk straight into and dock Blanco in. And I'm going to be using a design I came up with in my single player Let's Play Worlds, which I like a lot, and it's relatively simple. So we just need tripwire hooks, repeater, redstone, and a sticky piston. So essentially, we need a place to come into, right? So I'm just going to start this off with some wood. It needs to be at the right height, so I think we'll make this 3 wide. Like so. And when you're on a horse, you're higher. So when you're walking, you're 2 blocks high. So if there was a tripwire here, we don't trigger it. When we walk underneath it. But if we're on a horse, we're tall enough and we walk straight into it. Now, I do want to make this a bit wider. So we've got a bit of a larger trigger area. Then we're going to need some redstone across the top. Up here. Like so, and we're going to stair step that down here, and that should get triggered, right? Every time we flip this, yep, there we go, that's what we want. Okay, so there's a sticky piston at the front there, and what that's going to do is push up and leave that block in the air when we trigger it. Then we trigger it again, it'll grab it and pull it back down. So it essentially makes a gate that keeps the horse locked in or not. And then we need a monostable here. So we do the monostable with another sticky piston, like that. And out of that, where the block comes out, we want a repeater. Like that. Okay. Then we can take the signal from there and start stair stepping it down. Like so. So now when we trigger this, that's going to send such a short pulse, like that, that the piston leaves the block in the air and then collects it again. So that enables us to walk in with our horse. We'll be tall enough to trigger this. That'll close behind us, we get off, and we walk out. But the horse cannot. So yeah, that's functionally it. Now we just need to do a bit of styling on this thing, make it look how we want. So I'll go and get some more materials and make it look pretty, and we'll try doing our best to hide this block of redstone stuff at the back here. Cute. Well, stables is almost as big as my house, as it turns out. So to hide the stuff around the back here, I actually put the monostable circuit underground here, so I can now carefully cover that up. That can all get covered. Okay, I think we're good. We just need some slabs across the front there, and that enables us to pass through, because slabs, you don't get suffocation damage from slabs. There we go, I think that's better. So yeah, we can walk through without getting suffocation damage. So we walk in, we get off, walk out. Blanco cannot escape any longer. When we're ready, we just walk straight on out and take our horse for a little ride. Love it. Stables complete. So one thing that's been persistently breaking for the whole time I've been online is my villager breeder. So ironically, it actually seems to be working right now. We seem to be having new villagers being created and put into this room where they grow up. There were 5 in here previously, and we've got another 3, so it was working. But it's never been great, and it's underneath the farmers market here, down here, and more or less every week I got to come in here and stop these guys from jumping in. So the farmers farm the crops, they hand them to the 2 people that would ordinarily be in here. They get jiggy with it, and the baby would fall underneath, go into this water stream, and up there standing over a fence post, hovering, and there's some beds under here. As you can see right now, there's 3 people in there. One of the farmers takes the bed. I've tried everything. This has come from a tutorial as well, and this system just doesn't work for me. I've tried every possible variation I could think of to get these people behaving how they should, but the farmers always take the beds, and then I've got to come in here with my pickaxe, and I've got to chop them out and then get them back up there, and it just doesn't work. And then they don't produce babies for like ages. I break all the beds and replace them. I change the trapdoors and replace those, and there we go. Frustration clouds. Ain't happening. So yeah, I need to do something about this. So I'm going to try a different technique. I'm going to get 2 farmers on each side, is the plan. And then I'm just going to have the babies will be in here, and they're going to try and get to beds in the middle, and they're going to fail to do so. I may end up needing to push these farms back a little bit to achieve it, but I'm going to try it, first of all, without doing that at all. Let's see if it works. I have absolutely no idea if this is going to work or not, but in theory, a baby could fit under there. Ah, they're frustrated. Okay. Clearly, this isn't working. Gonna try something new. Okay, new design. Beds down the middle, trapdoors across the sides. That's 1.5 blocks high now with the slabs. So a villager won't be able to fit through, but a baby will. Frustration! Damn it! Okay, one last experiment with this setup. Anything I can think of is that maybe the beds, they're just too low. Let's raise them up 1. I just saw a baby. I just saw a baby. I think this is working. So I just changed the trapdoor orientation. I also took out the glass up there. Now, this stops the big guys walking through, but they think this is, oh, well, they think they can walk across this. So the bib is, they're just going to run straight off. And if we hang around here, hopefully we'll see these 2 do the deed and make it the bibby. Damn it! Damn it! They were able to take the beds. They're going to fall off. They're going to fall off. Don't wake up. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I need to change this whole thing up. So I'll let these guys wake up. They need to get out of here. I'm just going to have to move the farms. Okay, so we've got to start doing the hard thing. So the beds are going to go in the middle. And from what I can tell, the beds are going to take up 3. So all of this, then we need a gap of 2. So we need to just extend this 2 this way. I think it's all we need to do. Okay, so I've made the farms a little bigger in both directions. I've still got to block them off, but we've got a much bigger space in the center here now. 3 wide for all these beds, and the 2 gap in between with trapdoors. And the water is right down there. So I think we're nearly there. I think I've just got to contain this guy in. Alright, so underneath the village of Bria here, these are the trapdoors where the babies shall fall, and they fall into here, splash, get pushed to here, and then as soon as they try and move, they'll hopefully get sucked into here, go through here, up here, and whoosh, end up with their other villages. Boom, just like that. So a few have made it in already, I think. Actually, I'm not sure any of these are babies from the new design. Not sure at all. Let's just get a head count so we're sure. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, if we have any more than 9 in here, then we know it's working. I can't see why that wouldn't work now. Excellent, all sealed up. Now all we've got to do is wait. So just come back to the shops, just to check on things, see how stuff's doing, collect some more diamonds. This is my diamond supply so far. I've got nearly 2 stacks. All of these have come from the shop. So each one of these shops actually requires 23 diamonds per shop just to set up the filter that I need to collect the diamonds in the first place. And so, yeah, I've got 230 diamonds in filters. Is that right? I think so. Oh no, minus those 2. So yeah, around probably 200 diamonds in filters plus the 120 that were there already that I just looked at in my diamond chest. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right. And Ollie has left me rent as well. So Ollie said his shop's been going pretty well. I think in a week he said he made a profit of 9 diamonds in a week, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So let's go check in. I think he left the rent for me for week number 2, which he wanted to extend. Bing. There we go. Thank you very much, Ollie. Much appreciated to have a happy tenant. Now we just need to find a few more. And we need to come back soon and build more shops right here. While I'm here at the shops, I'm going to change things up a little bit, I think. So, this guy, Fortune 3. This shop's been here for, I don't know how long now. Nearly 2 weeks, probably. And I've only sold like maybe 2, 3 Fortune 3 books. Doesn't seem to be very popular. Oh, we sold one more since. Not too bad. Okay. But I'm going to try something different. So we've got all the other books over there. Oops. Wrecking the place. What we're going to do here instead is change out Fortune for something else. So we empty the system. Okay. The shop is closed temporarily. What we're going to sell instead of enchanted books is enchanted diamond pickaxes. Because I've been getting a lot of these out of my toolsmith guys. And I've just been trading away, and I've got a couple of shulkers worth of these from the best ones we can get, which is Efficiency 3 and Breaking 3. So the idea is to sell these for 1 diamond. A single diamond for one of these. I think that's a great deal. A diamond pickaxe unto itself will cost you 3 diamonds to make. Plus the enchantments. Now I don't want to make these too good. Unbreaking we're selling, but we're selling efficiency 4 around the corner. So if you want efficiency 4, you got to cough up. But for run-of-the-mill entry-level pickaxes that you want to further enchant with more things that I sell, there we go, it's all loaded up. Then you come here first. I actually want to put one on the front sign. There we go, and of course we need to redo the sign here. 1 diamond equals a diamond pickaxe with unbreaking 3, efficiency 3. There we go. Very different type of proposition there, so I think that's incredible value. So we'll see how well that does as a shop. Cool, so we've come over here on a little bit of a visit to a different part of the server today to visit some of the other people. Today we're going to be visiting the French Baguette here. French Baguette, I came and visited him a few days ago and he showed me a little glimpse around what he's done here, and frankly it's amazing. And he's going to take us on a bit of a guided tour around the place, and we're going to see what they've been up to over here on this side of the server. So, hello French Baguette.
Hello. Hello.
How are you doing today?
Great, actually.
Excellent. So, you've been on the server since day one, right? I think you were one of the very first people.
Actually, I joined maybe 3 days after.
Oh, okay, excellent. About the same time
service.
as me, I think that sounds like. So, but you've definitely done a lot more than me, as I can tell immediately just by having a little look around here. So, give us a bit of background. Why did you choose this place? And if you haven't done all of this on your own, you've had some help, or is this all you?
Well, I had some help with like placing the stones of my friends, but the designing I have done myself.
Amazing. Yeah, I love your style. It's very medieval, the whole castle aesthetic going on. It's nice. I can immediately see lots of farms and different things going around here. So I'm in your hands, French Baguette. Take us around and show us what you would like to show us.
Okay, we can start with the latest project I've been working on, and that is an iron farm.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Zombies are pretty hard to get when it's almost day all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But for this first layer, so it works. I need to make it more.
Wow. Okay.
It's a portal-based one, kind of similar to Shopcraft's design.
Can I go up the scaffolding here and have a quick look?
Yeah, sure. It is 4 pods with 3 villagers in each, and a zombie between them, scaring at them. So I think it's 2 iron golems every 30 seconds.
Yep, I just saw one pop in right there. So where do you send them on the other side? Where do they go?
They go through a portal where they push themselves into lava.
Awesome.
But the lava like on the high parts of their body, so the drops don't get burned.
Very nice. That is one enormous build. That's probably the biggest iron farm I think I've ever seen. I've got a small iron farm with 1 set of villagers in my base, and it already produces more iron than I could possibly know what to do with, so I can't imagine how much iron this thing produces.
Yeah, well, right now it's only 1 layer working. The other 2, we have nearly finished them. We just need the zombies. They're pretty hard to get.
Cool, okay. Where should we go next?
I think it would be most logical to go to the castle.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I see there's a giant mob farm over here, it's in the dark mob farm. How do you find that works on the server? I've seen lots around, but I know obviously on servers they're not as great as they are in single-player worlds.
Yeah, no, of course not. It still has produced a lot, but it takes some time.
Yeah, I mean this one looks pretty big, so I imagine the rates aren't too bad. You just sort of made up for it with scale.
Yeah. Me and Ollie built it a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I recognise this as well from a Grey Dog. He left us a similar sort of offering. It's very kind of him.
Yeah, and me and Grey Dog has been living from nearly day 1. when I started on server.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, on the first day we met, and then he moved in with me. And here I have my little blacksmith providing weapons for the kingdom.
Uh-huh. Okay, nice.
I'm going to expand the kingdom later.
I see, nice. So you're building up like a whole little village, basically.
I've done some interior parts.
Very cute, yeah.
And if you go upstairs here, I will put a children's bedroom. Here we have a little workplace.
Very nice indeed.
Now the farm is blocking the sunset, but otherwise you can sit here and work with watching out the sunset. We have some bookshelves here, and I've been using the loom because that makes the illusion that someone has been taking books out of there, reading them.
Very nice indeed. Nice touches, yeah.
Yeah.
So is the aim to get actual villagers living and working in these spaces as well?
No, I don't think so. Maybe in the future, but I haven't planned on that yet. And here we got some swords hanging on the wall, and some workbenches for a smith, and a big furnace. And water, that's really important. And here I added a little touch. I am inspired by the trains with a coal input, so he can shovel the coal into the furnaces. And here we have some wheelbarrows emptying coal into it.
Very creative.
And then we also got the smoke stash.
Awesome.
And we got a little bit bigger wheelbarrow emptying from the wagon that is coming once in a while with resources for the blacksmith.
Very nice. Yeah, I like it. I like the whole story that you build behind it. And you can read the story and the designs that you've made. It's lovely.
Yeah, and here we have some horses that are tired after dragging the
wagon.
What's it called? Yeah.
Nice. I even like the fact that you branded. We've got the French flags flying. Very good. Very on brand.
Yeah. And back here, I added a little rose garden.
Oh yeah.
So we can come back here. We have some little pots with some roses growing. And it's also possible to go around here. And now, when we come in here, there is lots of planning. And of course, this is only the part that will be above ground. There will be lots under the ground as well.
So this is a layout for all the buildings that you want to make?
Yeah. This is going to be a great hall. And we're going to have some big windows in each end. And some towers leading up for guest rooms.
Wow, this is going to be a big project. Very big.
Yeah, real big. And here I am going to have a little courtyard for people coming and visiting. And then they can park their wagons and horses at a small stable and garage here. And then they can move into big entrance hall.
Superb. I mean, you've got such an enormous castle grounds here that you've walled off that I guess you need something to fill it.
This is going to be a stable and a parking lot when people come and visit. And here we're going to have a big entrance that leads to the dance floor above, the auction house, and of course the grand hall, where we all can eat.
Wow, we're going to have to come back sometime when this is all done and show people the progress, because there's a lot of plans you got here and a lot of work to do. And I've got something in my head based on what you've just described, but yeah, it'll be amazing to see it when it's finished.
Yeah, and if we walk into the auction house, and it will also be possible to launch smaller meetings if you want to hold a speech, so people can. Yeah, and then we're gonna have balconies above. And here we're gonna have a little bar area for people to get drinks and some food.
I love it.
And here will be another entrance up to the dance floor later. Now we're gonna take this staff only. Here's gonna be a wall. This is my storage unit, by the way. Guests won't be allowed here. Then here, of course, is my cat. Me and the soul spirit found it.
Spirit begets. That's a great name.
And then if we walk up here, we come to a little dance floor. The cakes are gonna be removed later. I placed them because I was starting on preparing for a little party. But yeah, here I have some parties. We have a little piano in the middle. And then we can have a little bar where people can get food and drinks.
I love it. It's great.
And we have some tables. And I have actually some secrets planned for when at the grand opening of my castle. When it's all done.
This will be where the party happens.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. You've got a parrot on a piano in the center. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Soul helped me put it there. And this view is actually pretty great in the night, where you can like watch out from the balcony. Grabbing a snack on the chair. And then over there, Falcon built his golem.
Yes, yes, that is a thing. It's a very interesting, enormous thing.
Yeah, like I went to sleep, and when I woke up, it just was there.
Oh wow, okay, so it went up pretty quick.
And here, we will of course have a connection to the auction house.
And the balconies.
Terrace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the balconies. And there, I built a little astronomy tower.
Astronomy tower, okay. Like for a telescope?
Yeah. Right now, it's not much interior. It's a amethyst chandelier in there. You might saw it. I'm going to try and build a telescope.
Amazing.
And then here, this little section going out. I want this to be like a big window and have a throne here, like looking over the Great Hall.
Very nice. Yeah, I can imagine it. It's definitely going to be a very great hall. It's like about 100 blocks long.
Yeah, and here I'm going to have a massive kitchen. All this space above, and here you can see I've been working on some medieval elevators with chains and ropes to transport like some smaller wine. So yeah. If it comes down, I have done some work here. Not much.
Oh, wow.
And here, I'm going to have the Master Chef's office and maybe some secret.
So these are the wine barrels?
Yeah. This is like the wine storage. And if it comes down, here I'm going to maybe dig out so I can place some shelves with food storage.
Okay. Very funny view from here of the giant golem at the render distance. Only the head is loaded in.
Yeah.
So it's like a floating head in the sky.
Yeah. And here I'm going to add a little entrance for all the staff if they want to like go out in maybe some small houses out there.
Wow, there's a whole community out here. All these other buildings as well.
Yeah. And then back there against the wall, I think I'm going to put a library, like a really huge one for store all the books.
Will that just be like an aesthetic library with bookshelves, or will you intend to store all of your enchanted books here as well?
I think just like aesthetics. And then of course underground that I haven't planned out, it will be lots of crypts and catacombs. Well, I think that is most of the castle shown. Of course, it will be lots of more stuff to show when more is done.
Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Oh. And you guys have been working on some other big projects together as well?
Yeah, me and Truda, we've been working on it. Industry with some other people. It is over at Truda Space. The only thing, we call it Trench from French and Truda.
Good name.
Yeah, and we keep like the profit money on my account. So that's why I have so much money on my account. because all the money we get from the business we put in here, and we can use it to buy materials for farms.
Gotcha. Good system.
Yeah. Well, I think that is about it about the castle and what I've been doing on server.
Yeah, so thank you for showing us around. It's been amazing to see what you guys have been building. I'd love to come back again at some point in the future, see how it's progressed, see how all of your grand plans have come to fruition. I'm really interested to see the big grand hall and all of this wireframe structure that you built come to life at some point.
Yeah, I will let you know when it's finished or soon to be finished.
Brilliant. And we'd also love to come back and see the industrial district, I guess, at some point as well, and see what you guys have been building. And I got a glimpse of it the other day, but your villager trading stuff and all your other bits and pieces is just an incredible build.
Yeah, we have like a really big melon and pumpkin farm under the storage system, and above the storage system we have some farms, and above the farms we have the villagers, because the melon and pumpkin farm is nearly at bedrock.
What do you do with so many pumpkins and melons?
Well, we've been storing them and trading with villagers. We have around 20 cured farmers, I think, and we can sell melons and pumpkins at Warp Shop nowadays.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks so much. This is awesome. Really impressive what you've done here. So yeah, thanks again for showing us around. It's been wonderful to see what you've built here. It's very, very impressive, and we'll be back soon. So thanks, French Baguettes. Take care, and we'll see you around.
Yep. See ya.
That's very good to go and visit the French Baguettes. One of the staples of the server, I'd say. One of the people who you often see online, and always collaborating with people, working on stuff together. And as we've just seen, clearly a really great builder. So thank you again, French Baguette, for showing us what you've built on the server. Very impressive indeed. Just down here at the bottom of my base, in the farm area, letting the bone meal farm do its thing, trying to collect some here, just emptied it, and also harvesting some mushrooms while I'm at it. So since coming down here underground and building the entirety of my base down here, I've only ever had 2 smelters this entire game so far. I had 2 when they were upstairs, and since moving down here, I've just put those 2 smelters there and there, sort of tucked out the way. And it's getting annoying. When I need to smelt stuff now, it takes a long time, it's very frustrating, but I don't have anywhere to do any kind of mass smelting of any kind. Like if I want glass, I'm buying it at the moment, but you know, ores and other smelting activities I'm just doing in these little guys, and it's a bit weak. It's a bit on the weak side. So I'm going to make a super smelter. A smelting array is the idea, and I need to make some space for it underground here first of all, but I also need to think where on earth I'm going to put it. So I'm thinking having an input chest at the end here, input and output probably would be good in a similar place. I'm thinking I'm just going to bust through this wall. Might be the most sensible thing to do. And just put a whole furnace array going that way, basically. So I'm going to start by making a bit of a space here. And then we can get to deciding what we're going to actually build there. And just like that, we have a little box room. Took the liberty of putting in a ceiling, some lighting, because that's always a pain to do later on, so better to do it early on. I might need to extend this a little bit further, not sure yet. I'm going to get the furnaces in next and figure it out from there. The furnaces are in, and they're sitting on top of a line of hoppers here, so this is going to be the output, so drawing from underneath, and then all we need to do from here is add a boatload of hoppers into the back, and then onto the top. So into the back is the fuel, on the top will be the input. That should be the storage and the input. Now for the refueling, I'm not certain yet whether I'll do it this side or this side. I will probably connect up a bamboo farm to this in order to power it. And I might do that over there. But I'll leave this here for the time being. Okay, I've made a bit of a redstone monstrosity here, but I have been trying to solve a very specific use case. So I want to put items in a chest here. They're all going to be sucked out and put into here. Now, I just don't want the minecarts going off on their own whenever they feel like it for no apparent reason. Let me just push this guy up into position here. So they're going to be locked here until it's time for them to go on their way. Otherwise, if I just detect if something's in here, it's just going to run off and it's only going to collect a few items and drop a few items in. And only the first few furnaces are ever going to get anything. What I want to do is make sure I've either exhausted everything I'm going to want to smelt, or this guy is full before I decide to send it on its way. So that's what all of this crazy looking redstone over here does. So let me demo it first, show you what it does. So right now, inside this hop minecart, we've got 4 stacks of stone. If we put a final stack in, it's full, it goes on its way, it will distribute all of its wares. So let me take a stack out, that should then keep it back in place. The other scenario is if this hopper, stuff comes into this hopper and then it empties, so we've run out of stuff. So in here I'm going to not put enough to fill it, I'm going to put half. So half of the items are going to get sucked out of there, and when they're all gone, 3, 2, 1, off it goes on its way, and those 32 are in there, and it's decided I've run out of stuff. Okay, I think this is done. I mirrored all the redstone on the other side, so we've got the same mechanism over here. It's pretty chaotic in here now. For now, I manually loaded up minecarts and set them on their way manually, so let's drop a couple of blaze rods in each furnace. And then the return line, all these hoppers, comes into these self-powered droppers that spit into a water stream, into hoppers, into a chest. So this is the input chest, this is the output chest. And we're going to give it its first test now, I think. Now, I think I figured out what the problem is. The items are going through one at a time, of course. I forgot about this. I think I had the same issue with my super smelter in my main world when I tried a similar design. The items go through one at a time, so this is never... it's empty all the time, if you see what I mean. So there's always one item in there. Okay, gang, I'm backtracking. I made this way too complicated. I love trying to solve these problems with redstone, and I can do it, but I didn't give myself enough space when I first built this thing. I should have built it another at least 10 blocks that way. It's getting a bit too much of a head scratcher, and I just don't have enough room to squeeze in what I want, so I'm going to drastically simplify my ambitions here and do something pretty different. I'm just going to make it totally manual, where I'm going to load things up and I'm going to push a button to start the smelter. That's it, because I'm going to use this thing so infrequently. It's going to be when I need to bulk smelt stuff, like loads of it. So I'm going to load it up and then push a button, bam, done. I don't think it needs to be any more complicated than that. Okay, I've just done this side. Incredibly simple. There's just a switch here. I'm going to load this guy up here. Click the switch. It's on. We walk away. That's it. Simple as that. And look how clean and simple. I've removed all of this machinery. There's just a single line of redstone coming out here. Oh, glorious. I just need to when I put stuff in here, I just need to wait until it's all gone. Once it's all gone, click the switch, walk away for a little bit more. And my life gets a lot simpler. I like this, so I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side, just tear out all of this complicated nonsense. There we go, all changed out, and this, oh my goodness, it looks so much simpler. Much better. I can deal with this. Okay, quick check on the villager breeder. I did a little bit of AFK time in the base just to see if it's working. So I see some villagers down there in the water stream waiting to come up, and oh my goodness, that's a lot of villagers. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to turn this off for the time being, because that's plenty. It's fixed. I think we can say it's fixed. That should prevent them from being able to see the beds. Therefore we should get no more new bibbies. Wow, okay. I think we can call that a success. Okay, and now the furnace is complete, we need a fuel supply. So I think I'm going to opt for bamboo, which we have a lot of here, but we need a much more renewable source. Something connected to this place that's going to fuel it indefinitely. And we're going to do that out the back here, I think. So, I'm going to start by making another big hole. And this one's going to go way deep down into the ground. And we're going to build a bamboo farm that's powered by bone meal. A bone meal powered bamboo farm that we're going to turn on demand, and is going to pump out so much bamboo that it's going to fill all of these guys up with fuel, and we never need to worry about having to refuel this thing again. It'll be a self-sustaining fuel source for the smelter. And so I have built a bone meal powered bamboo farm here. Let me show you. Well, when this is on, bamboo comes flying up this water stream basically into these hoppers, into this chest, and that in turn populates all of this. And I've run this a few times already, and everything's pretty well stocked, so it's ready to be distributed. It produces an awful lot of bamboo, that's for sure. So let me show you how this works. I've got an on switch up here. I can come up and flick it on remotely, but we'll do that in a second. Basically, you put your bone meal in here, which I have done, and then you load the system like this, and the minecart will pull it out and distribute it across the top of these 5 hoppers. Those 5 hoppers basically just put it all down into these dispensers. So now I've already done this, it's already seeded and ready to go, so these are all completely full. So we've got 6 dispensers firing all simultaneously into this bamboo. So it grows almost instantly to its maximum height all the way up there. And at the same time, we have a pulse generator over here, which is flipping on and off when we flip the switch. This generates the pulse, and it's a single 1-tick pulse, and that's enough to fire the dispensers to do their thing, so they all fire, and at the same time, the same pulse triggers this column of pistons, sticky pistons with glass, basically. That's pretty much it. They push across and move the glass from here to here and break the bamboo, and it gets pushed into the water stream and sucked on up. It's relatively straightforward. It's very noisy and produces an enormous amount of bamboo. Let's watch. There we go. And up it flies, and then it all goes up into here, into all of these various hoppers, and these will start backing up very quickly as stuff is in here. And I've put in a quick simple circuit here to detect when there's something in this first hopper. It's already completely backed up, but there you go. So when there is something in here, then what we want to do is lock these hoppers. So we allow everything to accumulate in this chest, and only when we turn this machine off or it's finished and run out of bone meal, which happens really quickly That's going to take some time to flow out, but once it does, then these two torches will go off, allowing stuff to flow from here, and it will go back through these hoppers here and into the loading of the minecarts evenly, because otherwise, despite me putting 2 rows of hoppers here, the majority of the stuff, because it's coming from one water stream, goes through this stream of hoppers. This is just sort of overflow if it happens to completely back up. Because only one item drips in one at a time, it will only drip out one at a time. It'll always favour one hopper, so it'll go on one side. So this simple little circuit just allows the system to wait until everything is in the chest. When it is, then open the floodgates and let it flow out. And then it will do so evenly because it will be pulled from both hoppers. And that's it in a nutshell, and that will allow us to generate a boatload of fuel for our super smelter here when we need it. All powered by bone meal from the bone meal farm. So it's a completely renewable source of energy, basically. Okay, so it's time to do a little bit of a test here with the smelter, just to double check that everything is working and we get everything back out of the system as intended. So everything is now loaded up. I ran the bamboozler over here a couple of times, and it did a great job of filling the system. I also wanted a little bit more. I kept doing AFK sessions in the bone meal farm to get bone meal and kept running this thing, but it does take a little while to get the whole system fully seeded with fuel. So I went over to Axel, because Axel has a dedicated bamboo farm over on his base, and I know it's pretty backed up. So he was kind enough to let me take a chest full of bamboo, which I also filled up in the system. So now every single one of these furnaces is totally full with 64 bamboo. And that whole refueling system is totally backed up as well. So all of these hoppers and all of this stuff going all the way back to this chest, completely backed up. So we've got a lot of fuel now, enough to keep us going for a while, and enough for us to properly test the system however we want and decide if this bamboo farm is the right way to go. I mean, there are advantages to this in that it's super fast to refuel and it can be done all at once. But it does require a boatload of bone meal, which I need to AFK to get a lot. So it is renewable. We'll see how it goes longer term. I mean, we've got enough fuel to do lots of smelting for now, and we can easily create more. But it may be beneficial in the future to change this over to more of a passive bamboo farm that just is a huge thing that grows tons of bamboo and it auto breaks and collects, etc. And it just sort of passively collects continuously at a smaller rate. But for now, this fulfilled the purposes. I mean, if we went that way from day one, we wouldn't have the fuel we have now to do this. I think one double chest of bone meal gives you about 70 stacks of bamboo, something like that. A lot. So it's given us what we need to get this system up and off the ground. And then we're going to test it. So what we're going to do, we've got some beef here. Not an awful lot. We've got like just nearly 4 stacks of beef, right? Raw beef. So we're going to dump all of this in here. And we walk away for a little bit. We let that do its thing. It pulls everything out of there. Once that chest is empty, we'll turn the system on and time how long it takes to cook. That didn't take long, but the chest has been emptied. We should be ready to go. So what did we say we put in? It was 3 stacks and 40, right? So let me get out my stopwatch on my phone. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1... boom. Off it goes. There we go. They're all on. Beef is being distributed. We're already getting beef out of the system. You can hear the droppers clicking away and stuff should be flowing in here. Look at that. We're already 30 seconds in and we had half a stack. I think it's about done already. That was 1.5 minutes. There we go. It's just those last few items because for some reason these end furnaces didn't have enough fuel. That's why. A lever had fallen into the system. Superb. And we have all of our cooked beef finished. Great. I love it. Nice and simple. As I say, I'm not going to use it that often. It's very infrequently I need to smelt stuff. When I do, I can do it with pretty good efficiency and without having too much of a complicated process. It's a little bit more manual than I originally planned, but that's absolutely fine considering how frequently this thing's going to get used. Okay, I think we'll leave that episode here for today. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I think we really achieved a lot. We got Blanco, his new stables. We fixed our villager breeder and now have more villagers than we know what to do with. And we built a super smelter and automatic refueling system. And we went and visited some friends on the server, the French Baguette, and saw what amazing things they have been doing over there and to his base, and can't wait to see who we speak to next when we look at Dude Cribs and get to see someone else's amazing creations on the server. So if you'd like to show me around your base, let me know, hunt me up on the chat or in Discord, and we'll sort something out. Until next time, have a happy Halloween, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care for now. Bye bye.